we got pretty much everything back together. Got the belt on there. We are trying to now remove the pin in the tensioner. I've got everything timed, marked up, torqued. We're just trying to remove the pin in the tensioner. That way we can put tension on the belt because you don't want to turn it over or start it until everything is tight. Let me get you guys turned around real quick. Okay, that's a great job. Yeah, I got the mount on point today. The mount is on point today. All right, let's get to it. All right. All right, let's get to it. All right. Pardon me, I do have a cold, y'all. I do have a cold. I think we're off getting the better off trying to get the pin from the bottom. And from up here. I am going to try and tighten this bolt some more. So this right back here, this guy, this pin, this is actually, here we go, this guy right here. This is the 10 millimeter little hold down for the battery. It's supposed to thread it in here, and it's supposed to push the tensioner back. It's supposed to push against the tensioner. It's not doing that because I don't think they realize in 5-10 years of rust and corrosion and that these things don't want to turn, at least by hand. And the book doesn't tell you to, but I unbolted this power steering hose. Doesn't tell you to do it, but trust me, you're not gonna have space. Especially if yours, and this was actually pretty straight, but if your battery hold down is not 100% straight, it's gonna hit this guy. I don't know if you can see that from here, as well as this wire right here. There's a little wire. See that little? I just bent the bracket back, so I was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, getting this pin out has proven to be a feat. Especially with this, all this stuff here. Now, yes, I could take the power steering pump off. I could move this hose. I just didn't want to make a mess. I have the timing belt exposed at this point. If I was going to do that, I would have liked to have done that from the beginning, not now. It's really like impossible to turn this. Like, they did not think this through. Who in their right mind? And I got pretty long arms. Long arms, long fingers. And I'm skinny. Who in their right mind is getting a wrench back here? Look at them putting their hand back here. Like, who thought, yeah, they'll be able to turn this by hand? Who thought that? And why did they? Like, that's one whole rotation. And that better do something, because not. Barely wants to budge at this point. I really want to spray some PB Blaster down there. There's still no way I'm pulling this out. Feels better now, but ain't getting this. Bro, this is crazy. Kind of wanting to bolt it. I'm bolted. This is crazy. I don't want the pliers here, maybe. Nope. I thought that was it. I was like, Eureka. I think I got it. Oh, thank Lord. Thank Lord. Ha. That's crazy. All right. So now, this guy. I'm going to say to you. Boom. I'll take you down. And I really don't be able to see from here. Let me see if I can do that. Promise this don't. Here is Shake it to the max. Oops. Boom. So this is the tensioner right here. And as you can see, the belt is loose. Pull it forward some of this pulley. Looks good. Looks good. I like to see belt come out some. I'm just making sure the belt is all the way forward on this back pulley. Okay, belt's in a good spot. So now, I want to see if you can see it on camera. Essentially, what's going to happen is as I unthread this bolt, the arm should swing back. Problem is now I have tension, more tension in the opposite direction. I don't do what they're saying, never do this. Do not use that stupid battery bolt. Do not use that stupid battery bolt. Get a threaded regular bolt. Just using a ratchet on this, or even a wrench, anything is easier and better than using your freaking hand. So when I tell you this thing hurts, it hurts. This is not a lie. I am regretting doing this right now. Absolutely regretting doing this. Should not have put that bolt in there. Glad I got the tensioner off, but now, turn by turn. Yeah, it's definitely easier than going the other way, but it's not easy. I think we have this together by now. There's got to be a better way to do this. Put a wrench on it, bun it. All right, let's try this again. See if I can. Oh, that's so much better. All right, so we're gonna put a wrench at the end. I'll show you guys how I did this. Put at the end of the hook, just put a wrench on it, and that's how we're gonna unthread this guy. Wow. All right. When I tell you I've been fighting with this thing for at least an hour yesterday, and however long we've been here, what, 15 minutes? 10 minutes? We're going on like an hour and a half of me fighting this stupid bolt. Alright. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. So now you see some of what's going on here. What you should see, or be seeing, is you should be seeing that the belt gets tighter. It should be tight now, actually. How I figured this out. There's got to be a special tool. Somebody has had to have made a special tool, put a bolt at the end of one of these or something. Because this ain't it, boo-boo. This ain't. This definitely helps. A lot quicker. Holy cow. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Hold up. I'm going to chill up here so you can see what I'm doing. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for watching. So right now, what I am doing, oh no, okay, see, this is why this works perfectly. All right, let's get a better angle for you. Better angle. All right, here we go. So boom. Should be able to see. Looking where I'm looking at. All right, there we go. You see that little bolt right there? This little hook. Yeah, look at that. So what I'm doing, I wish we could zoom it in while we're live. That would be cool. But essentially, I have the wrench around the hook, and I'm using that to give me leverage. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that works a dream. Now, if only I would have figured this out yesterday when I was trying to tighten it, this would have went a lot quicker. So now I learned a thing. I'm going to definitely put that in the Honda forums for all my GDM guys out there. What are we at? Right around the 20-minute mark. Perfect. All right. So I don't know if I can see. I don't know if I can see. I'll show you in a second. Can't really get the camera in there right now. But you see me unthreading this guy. When I tell you, you're like, oh, you playing them games, da 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 da. When I tell you this thumb strength right here, ooh, that thumb strength right there, crucial. Crucial thumb strength. Crucial nail strength. All of it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Spinning in my hand. Yeah. All right. So for my Honda guys out here, this is the battery hold down. Right? You're supposed to take this, thread it. Let's see if I can show you from the bottom, actually. You're supposed to thread that guy. Take this off the back. So I want you to see what I'm talking about. Right there. Where is it? Boom. So this is the tensioner, right? That's the tensioner. Pin pushes the wheel right here. And this is what gives your belt tension. You see that little hook right here? This guy right here. Boom. You're supposed to thread that battery hold down in here. It pushes on this arm to push against the tensioner so that you can get the belt on and off. But what happens is, after years of corrosion and or battery service and whatever else, they get corrosion on it. So I cleaned the other one up. I used the other one up, but they get corrosion. And sometimes they even get bent. I tell you, there's not enough space back there for one of these to be bent and or to have corrosion at the end. But yeah, I did take the battery holder. That's how you get that timing belt tensioner to release. And then, once it's released, you check it. You see, nice and tight, how it should be. Boom, boom. All of this was amazing. Boom. Timed, tensioned. Now at this point, we can put the mount on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm putting this sensor on. I will forget. Let's go over here. I think that's the oil pressure sensor. I took it out because you can't get to the bottom bolt on the tensioner if that's still there. So we're going to put that back. Then I'll put the mount, the covers, and then we'll put the top mount, and then we'll put the computer back because I had to take the computer out. That's what those wires are right there for the main ECU. So I know you guys missed most of the teardown, but at least you'll see me put it back together. Because I mean, it's really all that matters, honestly. This mount works. Now, just gotta figure out if I want to do it like this. I feel like you're not gonna see much because it pops it away. Put your back down here in the engine bay, close view. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Tell us how your day's going. Oh, put this mount in here. Okay. Mount is in. Alright. I feel like we're a little closer than I want to be. Alright, we can change that. I want you guys like up here somewhere. Should I put you at the bottom? Yeah, I think I'll put the bottom cover on. I'll turn it on a little bit so there we go. So I'm hoping y'all can see me thread that line in. Everything's tensioned. Yeah, tighten everything down toward. I don't know the torque spec for this, but I don't want to sit here and say I don't care about it. But I didn't take that. It's a pipe fitting, so it's not an actual like bolt. So you can tighten these too much and crack them. So I don't even. Once it's tight, give it one good turn. That's it. I have cracked one of these on a B series block. It's a CRV. Had a 99 or was it 2000 CRV 320. I was replacing the oil pressure sensor because I had a leak. And fortunately, those do not thread into what this is. This is a oil cooler. So when I tighten that one too much, it cracked the block. So now I had a massive oil leak from my oil sender. And the car was now essentially getting a motor replacement, which I was not enough. And then, even more unfortunately, fortunately for me, the car was stolen. So I got some of my hand out there. Crazy because I can fit this. It needs to open inside. This does not require a whole lot of torque. Just get it on there. Good tight to just to tighten enough on that O-ring. So black O-ring seal. We'll tighten. And then while we're down here, we're gonna plug it in. Okay. No, no lights, no leaks. Not anywhere. Alright, so that's time belt replaced. I'll put the covers back on. Oh, snap. Technically should put the mount back on. Anyway, I'll put the mount back. And then I'll put the time, because that's technically the order that you do it in. So, I'm doing it in reverse order right now. I feel like that's the best way to do it. You guys do try to do one of these. You'll see the correct order in which I did everything. There we go. Let's try this. Bam. boom, bap, bow. Let's stay here. Feels like it's staying. Okay. Nope. As soon as I said that, I said, let me show you. I said, let me show you how good I'm going to stay. Maybe we'll run it this way. I feel like I'm going to give y'all a headache. Trying to find a better spot. This is the best spot above. You can't really see this side. No, you better off down there. Maybe a little lower. One, two, and then the third one goes down there. Well, I feel like I should push this up. Right now I'm just starting the bolts. That one. There's one at the top, one at the, well, there's two at the top. One is kind of recessed. So this one is really, it made it very fun to get to. I think these are all 14s though. But just start them. So that's the recessed one I'm talking about. Okay. So those are the two top bolts. So start it by hand. You're supposed to replace these bolts. Am I going to? No. But you're supposed to. I'm assuming they're stretched to yield. But I just told you. There's my 14. No goals to have it back together in an hour. At least started. That is the goal right now. So we're going to put a little. Bottoms up. This guy. These are 14s. A little extension. Extension would be perfect. Or if you want to use a long 14. It's just the AC lines in a way a little bit. Didn't completely move the power. Okay. Those are the top two. I don't know if you can see that one sticking out down there is the bottom one. I think I started already. Yeah, it started. Same thing down there. I'll make this one from the bottom. For this one, we're going to take the extension off to start. So these are supposed to be torqued to 33 foot-pounds. All right, let's say these are 14. Get at it a bit long, 14 now. All right, so that's 33 right there. Here. Okay. Now we're gonna get the bottom one. Towards the spec. We gotta do the top hole. 10mm. That's 9 foot-pounds, or 8.9. Why is it 8.9? I don't know. Which one of these is it? I don't even remember. I ain't going for. Don't really matter. Let's see this one. I really was not going to put this bolt back. I promise. I promise you this wire harness is not going to go nowhere. It's not going to wiggle. I really was not planning on putting this back. Because you don't have to take the power steering pump out. The only reason you have to take it out is to get to that bolt. I wouldn't put this back, so the next time I have to do it, I don't have to remove the power steering pump. It's just me, personally. But hopefully I'll never have to work on this again. At least not to do this. There's not much room in here to swing a ratchet anyway. Just pulling it down, pulling it forward. They don't tell you to remove this. Gosh, I don't see why. Like you're not getting this bolt out without moving it. Really don't see the point in torquing this. I really shouldn't put this back. Like the next person will work on this with anything. Like why are we bolting a wire harness to this mount? Doesn't make sense. Okay, that's that. I think now technically I could put the power steering back if I want to, but I'm not. I'm gonna put the bottom cover on. Rest of the covers on, mount, and then I'll put the power steering on last. Just having this out of the way will make it a little easier to put everything back together. First, covers coverage. One reason I like timing belts over timing chains, you don't have to reseal the cover. Don't worry about it leaking and doing the whole thing again. I put this back, guess what? There should be no leaks. There's not supposed to be oil in here. Don't care what nobody says. Timing belts win. Timing belts win. They win. So this part here. So if I can see that too well or not. Essentially what it's supposed to do is go around the mount. We fit it around the mount. Feel right, don't know why. So something here I don't know about. Something is not. All right. The next favorite thing, starting the timing cover bolts. And now I'm just gonna start them by hand, finger tight. Some of them, honestly, I should have cleaned the threads up on. That's okay. I'm gonna make it work. In the top row, I like to say there's 3 of them. So I got the corner one started. There's like a little hole right here. That's got a bolt in it. This one kind of protrudes out a little bit. Like I said, we're just starting these by hands. And the one you're looking at right there, I'm going to do that one next. So I know I'm blocking the camera. Oh. The guy that you saw right down here somewhere. Yeah, we're going to put a bolt in there. So we're just starting these way. One on the opposite side. Now that one is like straight across from this one we just did. Oh, the camera's stuck now. Alright, hold on. Let me move this guy. You guys are better. Let's do these last 2 bolts. So I just, the 2 I just did was that one on the left and the one on the right. And then above that, there's 3. That one you see right under the mount next to that little cover, that little plug. One to the left over there above that plug. And then one to the right near the alternator. So I did those 3. You just saw me use these 2 right here. I'll do the 2 at the bottom. And this is 8.9 foot-pounds or 9 foot-pounds, 108 inch-pounds, depending on the torque wrench you're using. All right, and then I'm just gonna zip them down real quick, and then we'll torque them. Zip them down real quick. Right there. Good view. Don't move. Don't move. These are all 10 millimeters. 10. And I'm just running them down snug. Not torquing them with this. Snug them. We're gonna do a little less now. Alright, so extension for It's torqued. Right. All right, Joe, let's put our top tonneau covers back on. Let's start us with the back one. Let me pull you guys back out a little bit. See down here, the back side, just this pulley right here. See this wheel right here. That's going to be in the way a little. I can be able to see. Stupid wire loom all in the way. Front. Back. It's supposed to slide down into the slot. Okay. So there's a slot here. And it's supposed to slide into the bottom cover. We're going to see how that works out. We'll see. It's not hard to do, it's just everything is in the way. Everything is in the way. I'll take the bracket out of the way. And I should be able to. So I do. Off of this stupid wire harness. Okay. Like so. Just like a little piece of wire alone that's supposed to go in there. I don't know if I have more light to see a little better. I don't know if you see this. You can't really see it. If there's a wire alone here, that just seems to get in the way. But now we're going to see if I can look this up. It's telling me to, because I'm like, boy, I seem to have a lot of faith. Okay, I think that's in. Yeah. So this is why I didn't want to bolt the power steering pump in yet, because being able to move this around freely definitely helps. So now, I think it's 5 bolts. So we're going to do one right here. So we're just starting this by hand. The key is starting it by hand. Boom. So you want to make sure that don't feel like that's going in right. There. It might just be corrosion. Which there's a lot of that. Okay, yeah. Alright, I thread in a little bit better this time. So if you can't thread it by hand, then that's a problem. There's a bolt back here. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see this hole right here. Gonna do that guy. And yes, everyone, I am wearing gloves. You see it. So I don't cut my hands up. Even though these gloves ain't that protective. I still scratch my arms up. Like all of that is from leaning, reaching, ratchet slips off a bolt, wrench slips off a bolt. You name it. I'm doing this bottom one. You can't really see. Let me see if I can angle it there. Now I'm doing this guy right here. This would be right under the power steering pump, so you would not have been able to see this if I didn't remove it. And then the next one we're gonna do is down here in this corner. And then there's one that goes in the middle. Towards the middle, I should say. So right under that one, there's another one right here on the back side. Alright, we got that one started. because it kind of moves, helps to move them into place. And then now we're going to do that. See the recessed hole? That's the center one I was talking about. And these are the most difficult ones to get because they're recessed. All right. Now we're going to tighten them all down, which you're not really going to be able to see, but just trust. Getting to the money. Everybody mad. I'm gonna do it. Because I'm a nice guy. Some nice dreams. See these ice cubes, see these ice creams. I'm gonna do this one first. So it's power steering, like I said. Normally would be in the way. Okay. Now we're gonna try and get back to. Oh, to slip off of this wheel. I'm standing on a wheel right now, as tall as I am. Thank you, thank you. Ooh, trying to look valid out here, man. Trying to look valid. Oh, we're putting the bolts into the timing cover for the Honda Pilot. So 2015. It's pretty much the same since like 02, 03 on all the Honda J series. Honda V6, 3.0, 3.2, 3.5. Oh, this is what yours is gonna need, Miss Sheila Jackson. Pretty soon, around 100, 125K. This was good practice. Okay, normally it says 5-6 hours. I'm sure I could get it done in like 7 or 8. But this is why, because unless you're paying, all right, let me get this new, that new. I gotta reuse stuff, move stuff, don't break stuff, don't let stuff leak. When we're in a dealer, he's trying to make profit off of this. So I just tightened all these bolts in the back cover. Now we're gonna torque them to spec. Torque. You should be able to see this a little better, at least the top ones. 8.9 foot-pounds. 8.9. In inch-pounds, that is 108. The torque wrench I'm using. Stools? You mean tools? They mean stools. Like S word? Alright, so these are all pretty much torqued to spec. This is how we torque the bolts. that one wasn't torqued. This one right here. I'm pretty sure this one is torqued, but yeah, that recessed one seemed to be the only one. Yeah. $105, yeah, close. It's really just a time thing. Like, if I show you this belt is fine. What failed on this was the tensioner, and they tend to fail. But what you can do, if you really don't have to worry about this, is get a manual tensioner. There are a lot of performance, people out there that make manual tensioners for these cars. And literally, you just tighten a bolt, and it tightens down on the tensioner. I know a lot of people that run those because these auto tensioners are known to fail. And if you let it fail long enough, or if it fails at the wrong time, belt won't come off. It shouldn't jump a tooth unless you're hammering it, but you can bend your valves because it is an interference engine, and you can let the valves contact the pistons, which is bad, very bad. Ooh. Now we're gonna put the front cover. Stool, yes. Step stool would be nice. It's just those slip as well because the floor's got coolant on it. Because some of the coolant spilled yesterday. Where is this cover at? I just had it here. This is my face. Alrighty. So now we're gonna do this cover. I'm gonna try and find. Actually, I think that was a good mounting spot. Yeah, pretty much. Now I'll be able to see the bottom ones, but this one has 2 on the left, 2 on the right or the front, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the center up top. That guy. So a total of 6. So now what we do, we're gonna feed you in here. And then, like I said, it's got like a groove on top of the bottom cover that we want to slide this onto. And you feel it. Like, you don't have to see it. As long as you have it lined up, it boom, went right in. Right in, no problem. And there is no top bolt. As you can see, this doesn't bolt in. I think a wire or something runs there. Something snaps into that, but there is no. So there's only 2, 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, which means I should have 5 bolts remaining, which is exactly what I have. 5 bolts remaining. I'm going to start with these because they're under the power steering pump. Like I said, removing that power steering pump makes things so much easier. Even if you don't take it all the way out, just unbolting it. We'll try and not block this so you can see what I'm doing. Boom. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna go for the bottom so you can see. You know, it's more difficult for me this way. So just a few turns. I like 7. You know, because everybody says 7 nowadays. Uh-oh. Oh, that's actually a little better. Look at that. Yeah, lucky number 7. Now this is the recessed one right here. Let's see if I can move this light a little better. Give you some more light. I guess a little better. Here we go. Some more light. That's as close to 7 as I'm gonna get. And then there's 2 more on the front side. I don't even see these. I'm just following the cover, feeling for a hole, which is one right here. And this one's right up off the alternator. Go this way. Don't yell at me, Tex. I know you're like, oh, it's not on there already. Going slow. Need a long one for that. So I said, I'm just snugging them down right now. I'm not tightening them. Just snugging them snug as a bug in a rug. Okay? Snug. Snug. You hear it. Oh, that's it tight. Yeah. So we about that life. Okay, one more. Should be this guy. Those are all tight. We tighten to spec. Which, honestly, like I said, I don't think that's really as important on these. All this cover really does is protect the timing belt from dust, debris, water, which is important, don't get me wrong. But me torquing this to spec versus me just running it down real quick with ratchet, I really don't see, you know what I mean? I don't see there being benefits. Now, granted, there is a gasket behind here. It's a rubber gasket, which if you do tighten this too much, you can, damage the gasket. It's not gonna seal. You're gonna mess with the integrity, so it doesn't seal properly. But either way, even if it didn't seal properly, I can't see much dirt and debris getting in here. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, we're not sealing, trying to, prevent oil or coolant from leaking out. I really can tighten these in any sequence. It really doesn't matter what order you tighten these in. That one, this one right here. All of these sockets, all of these bolts you can get with a short. You don't need a long socket. All right. So now I got something fun for you guys. Don't know how well this is going to work. We're going to attempt it. So I'm going to turn the motor over. What I want you guys to see is the numbers in this window. So this little pocket here, cap, whatever you want to call it, that I left open. I don't know how well you're going to see this. We're going to try. Come back a little bit right there. I feel like you still can't see the number in there. Come closer, not that close. Now I feel like if I shine a light down there, I'll be able to see the numbers. Yeah, look at that one right there. All right. So now I get this to stay here, so you can continue to see the one. Could be very helpful. Yeah, so you guys are gonna get to be my eyes as long as it stays. All right. So right now, that one is perfectly aligned with, there's like a little mark up here on top of the cam, which you can't see, I know, but just trust me, there's a mark. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the motor over and you're gonna see the firing order. So it's gonna say 1, and it's 3, 2, 1. I want to say 4 is next, but you'll see the numbers rotate. So we're gonna go around 5 or 6 times because I want to make sure everything still marks. So it's a half inch on one side.
Yeah, I see something cover now.
And I couldn't get that pin out. But you know what I figured
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Afterwards, of course. So I put I put the battery, the tie down in there, right? To try and get tension over it. That's what you're supposed to do. But I said I couldn't turn this. So what I did, doing like that, and then I was able to so much easier, all the way up to like 2 minutes. So now I know for next time. But that took like an hour. It took like an hour to get that thing in, and like another hour to get it out. And I had to pull on it with a plier. I just kind of pulled and turned, and it finally came out. But this is amazing. I'm glad you don't have to reuse it.
Why it's hard like this?
Yeah. I just because the tension. So what I should have did was pushed it down a little more, so it would have been straight, and then it should have been able to pull out. But I didn't put that wrench on it until afterwards, and then I was like, yeah, next time, put the wrench on it. Made a 19. Where's the 19 at? Where is the 19 at? Okay, so we'll just use. Sure. Take it to the next. Ton. The ton är ännu några. So that's 40. I think it's 6 next. It's 2. 5. Three. 6. So now there's a white mark on the harmonic balancer. That's to line up. No. Dang it. It fell. Alright, so we're on one here. And I love how they expect you to be able to freaking see where that is at the bottom with this mounting away. So I should have put that back before I put the mounting. Regardless, I want to start this thing. Consistent to the 6 times. So one. Whew. And the reason we're turning this over is to straighten the belt out. Make sure it's flat on all the posts. Which I already know it is, but sure. There's the white mark. I wish I could see the white mark. See how much battery. How are we doing on battery? Ooh, we're at 8%. I'm glad I checked. All right. We're gonna back off a little bit here. But I do want you to see the white mark I was talking about. All right. You see that on that pulley there, that white? So there's 3 little notches followed by a 4th one by itself, and it's highlighted in white. I need to match that guy up with there's an arrow on this timing code. See that arrow right there? So I want to line this white mark down here in the back, not the writing, on that back tooth. See those teeth right there? Those ridges? That bottom one. I want to match it up with that arrow. I'm going to do that now. It's not going to be able to do it without in there. At this point, this is more of a watch and learn than anything. clutch frames. They were from a dry dual, some of them dry dual clutch frames, which still have clutch issues. Some of them are wet dual clutch, which same thing, still have issues. No problem. Whew. All right, right now I'm trying to line this bar up. Line the bar. Some light back it down there. Should be doing this there. Like if I lift it up, I should be able to see it.